Hi everyone, just have a quick look around the garden. I haven't got much time, so I thought I'd just squeeze a little garden update because I haven't done one for a bit. There will be an allotment update next week. I've not been there actually for 10 days, so I don't know what to expect. It's been so busy. So I'll have a quick look around the garden and see what's what. Right, where do we start? Because everything's growing. These are just some little cucumber melons. I've got some in the Polytunnel, but I've slung some out here as well. Cherry tomatoes. There's plenty setting on them. I've actually topped these off now because I don't want them to get any bigger because there's just that many tomatoes. I need to pollinate these just to make sure. A couple of aubergines crammed in here. Don't know what to do with them yet. There's no room for anything. Cucumber plants, they've come on pretty good actually. I've got some cucumbers on them. And get the camera through, and you can see the leaves out of the way. There's one down there, it's about 8 inches long. Stacks of cucumbers, little ones forming all over the place. This variety is called Fem Spot. It's an all female, so I don't have to mess about picking males off. There's another one down there. She'll get the end out of the soil so it doesn't damp off. I mean, these will get, 10 inches long easy. These will. So they're doing alright. I've only done 4 of them this year. Usually I do 5 or 6, but going to be too many cucumbers. These onions down here. I've done way too many onions this year. I was trying to grow big ones, but they went in a bit early, so they're just going to be eaten. Some leftover sweet corn I've shoved in the ground here, see what it does. These courgette plants are in round pots and covered in Bordeaux spray from when I was spraying my potatoes. Some leeks. These are all leftover stuff I've just bunged in. A row of carrots down there, and another row of onions. These are all starting to fatten up now. Quite a good chunky neck on these. These are some spuds. These are King Edwards. These. They're all a funky colour because they've had blight warnings, so they've been sprayed. Still got loads of greens in there. Lettuce is bolted. Got a Savoy cabbage. Oh, you can see it's pretty big. So that'll be coming out soon. More onions. Some kelsies and mammoths, and then some I think the stirring. Just normal sets are planted quite late over there. Gooseberry bush, currant bush. These are my row of outdoor tomatoes. Which doing fine, absolutely full of flowers. These first ones are subarctic plenty. These. So it's absolutely, and you do get plenty. Really dense these are just going like a hedgerow, which is what I want. So I'll start going to the top soon, finding the growing tip. I don't want to get them anymore. There's plenty of flowers on them now, let them ripen up. Any fresh tops I'll get rid of. So these are marmans, there are some on them. Just have to delve down into the jungle and find them. There are some forming somewhere. There we go, some there. Some more lower down as well, right under there. So perfectly fine. I've been feeding them as well. There's plenty of tomatoes. These are just golden wonder potatoes that are just in these poly pots. And these are all in these bags. I've got 10 of them. A gooseberry bush. Me market more outdoor cucumbers. These have been in about a week now, they've been in the ground. So any time now I should start seeing cucumbers. Yeah, it's starting down here now. Tiny ones. So hopefully that'll keep me going in cucumbers for a while. What else we got? Some garlic there. 5 rows, I think it's chestnut bread it's called. Some more capper onions, my strawberry runners for next year, they've also had a good covering in Bordeaux mixture. These are Maris pear potatoes. These will be ready in about a month or so, I think these. That's my other Duke of York. So if you watch me my little garden video the other day, I harvested one of them, so I've got another one of them there. Nothing changed with the little bed area, apart from gigantic courgette flowers. Carrots in a tub. These are the long carrots. They're not doing very well this year, to be honest, at all, carrots, for some reason. Like, they've had a hammering off slugs, there've been bugs on them, all sorts. So just play it by ear with them. Other carrots in a box over here. These are the sweet candle stump roots. They're growing, but nothing like last year. I don't know if they shaded too much by my plum tree. This here was a small pumpkin plant. I really need to get some spuds out of the allotment so I can get this in. I've got a bigger one than this as well. I mean, if I stretch that one out, it's probably nearly 6 foot. The biggest one is that one there. See, it's had a bit of leaf problem, so I've cut them off and burned the tips to try and seal it, and it's worked. I don't know if these have set or whatnot, I don't know if they have to. But there's like one, I need to get it to the trail on the ground so it can send out some more roots. So it coils round twice and goes all the way up to the top. Right up there, it's absolutely romping away now. There's some carrots. I'm going to try and actually get some seeds off this year. Variety of them I think is Nando, I think. Jersey Royals, spuds in bags, they'll be ready any time now to start to capsize. Peppers, nowhere to put these in the polytunnel, they're just getting too shaded, so just bring them out when it's warm. These are prairie fires, tons of flowers. Actually starting to get the odd chili on them now. These are the paper lantern, a bit like a habanero, getting little buds on them now. These tall ones here, that's a cayenne pepper. I've got some like mini bell peppers there. Have a look in the polytunnel. Oh, hang on. Still got a lot of these peas down here. These are, try and pull one off. These are well and truly ready. These are Feltman first, these are. I can open the pod one-handed without spilling them everywhere. Oh, throwing them about. So there's plenty of peas in there. Plenty to go at until my earth green shaft are ready at the plot. Tomatoes, it's absolute jungle in here now. Some of these, I think the gardener's delight. I've taken the tops out now because I did it sort of like nearly 7 foot high, some of these now. Plenty of flowers. There are fruits set lower down, you know, some set there. I've not really been in to pollinate anything. Usually it's okay, it's just to do it just to double, you know, make sure. So, trying to remember what everything is now. It's all labelled down below, but I've got 3 of my own money makers, 2 shop bought money makers from the seeds. There's 4 Gardener's Delight. 3 Alicia Craigs, which are these, which have had a bit of a disaster, a bit like Ian Nockerton. They're the same, it snapped, and he said about will it grow again from a sucker. Well, I have done it before and it has. Well, I'm not worried about it. I've got plenty of tomato plants to go out, so I'm not worried at all. I think these 3 in the middle, they're San Marzano, remember rightly. Side shoot there, get rid of that. There we go. They're chucking side shoots out all over the place. It's actually hard to keep up with them. The one there. And then these 3 are Alicantes. And the stem on these, quite chunky. I mean, there's tomatoes on it. I need to sort of try and prune some of this back. These are vine tomatoes. It's just so dense in here. So I might need to thin it out a bit, I think, soon. Well, I've got the pollinator in here, I'll show you that in a minute, but cucamelons putting a bucket screwed up there, and as you can see that we have some cucamelons. In the other corner over here I've screwed a big pot into the corner, you can see this, and we trail them along some wires and then market more cucumbers. Should run along probably, I don't know, 6 foot of wire they've got to run along. I just thought I had a couple left over, so I thought I'll dump them in there. Alright, trying this pollinator one hand. I've covered it up, obviously because people who know what it is. So I think it shouldn't offend anyone wrapped up like this. So I have covered it with a piece of tube, and you can't buy this from a garden centre. If you want something like this, you need to go to Ann Summers, if you know what I mean. Right, so I'll turn it on. Can you hear that? Plenty of buzz on that. So basically, all I do is I'll find some flowers, like so, try and get it close in case it spits a lot of pollen out, you might be able to see, and just touch the stem. Trying to find one that's pollen in it. I can't see it properly because there's a bit of breeze blowing through here. Just go through and randomly just keep touching them. It's just like an absolutely overgrown bumblebee. Oh, see that was sprinkling out there, didn't you? You saw that. Like that. Down there, trying to get close. Basically, it just distributes all the pollen. Trying to find one's going to chuck out loads of pollen. Yeah, that's pollen dust. And I don't know where you can see it, but it works for me. You don't have to, you can just come in and shake the plants a bit if you want. I don't do it religiously, I just, every now and then I'll just touch bits of the plant, it just helps. And in case the bugs have missed it or it's a bit too dense for them to find. And there's just pollen coming off all over the place. Does the job. So, just turn this thing off now. It's only a cheap one, this, going for about £6. Nothing fancy. So it's not used for its original purpose. So I'm sorry if that's offended anyone, but it's what I use. Right, let's have a look at these onions and that I pulled from the allotment. So I've got some seedlings here, I've got some iceberg, all year round lettuce, all year round cauliflower, Paris Island cos, they need pricking out. Purple sprouting broccoli, cabbage attraction, mini savoy, broccoli, typhoon, and that's another cauliflower. There must be old seeds because just one's come out. Some basil, some more sweet williams flowers, a couple more cucumbers at the back there. I'm going to give to a friend another paper lantern pepper. This is all the garlic. It doesn't look so bad now from the allotment. Now it's drying out. The next has some soft on it. So, and they're only small, but still, they're black and hammered with rust. And look down here, all my onions from the allotment. It's a bit dark, so this is where I dry most of them. Just a bit of slate barn I put up, and I'll just pull the tops through and just dangle them through. You know, it seems to work pretty fine. You know, and then as soon as they dry, you know, the necks are all folded on them, and I can just wait for that to dry out completely, and I can remove the fuzzy roots at the bottom and get them strung. So it's just a case of popping them in. It's a lot easier with two hands, like, and just the tops are, you know, the tops are all drying out now. So I don't know how well they store because they had a bit of rust, but nevertheless, got to try these things. So I've got about 60 odd I think altogether, plenty to go out. So it's about all the sweet peas, the lilies, iris. I've done this thing over here for a great big frame, which is for this climber. It's a clematis. There's 2 clematis here. They're just this year's. I'll see where they spread to. I've built this extension for my tortoise, so I know it's not to do with the gardening, but it eats a lot of my food that I grow. So there he is there, there's Kane. So that's why I grow a lot of lettuce and lots of cabbage, because he eats them, along with grass and dandelions and that. So that's about it from the garden. Everything's coming along, so I've got to get to the allotment, and I haven't got a clue what that's going to be like. So it's 10 days today, and the date's, I don't know, 27th is it? Something like that. So I haven't got a clue what I'm going to be up against when I get there. Probably stuff's bolted and gone to seed. Strawberries will be going off on the plants, but I just haven't had time. So it's Saturday today. So I'm going to go up there on Monday. I'm having the day off work. I'm going to go in there, blitz it, and just see how many spuds are. Right, so I will be back on next week with a normal video. So thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you then. Bye.